Is it normal to not want to masturbate ever? First of all, don't forget to like and subscribe, so that the channel grows and becomes an incentive to make more and useful videos. Every sex act, including masturbation, is just an option on a vast and varied sexual menu, and it's okay to pass on any of them. If you don't want to masturbate, know that no part of you is broken. While some recent surveys report that 84% of people in the United States have masturbated, not wanting to masturbate isn't uncommon. A person might not want to masturbate for many reasons, and none of them include the words frigid or prude. Lack of interest in masturbation can be a short-term experience or something that lasts longer or for an entire lifetime, depending on the reasons behind the disinterest. Before diving into those potential reasons, one quick thing: masturbation and partnered sex are two different things. You can want to do one activity but not the other. And that's okay. Someone might masturbate because they want to experience self-pleasure or orgasms, but not want to engage in partnered play because they think it's not for them. More on that in a bit. Someone might want to engage in partnered sex, but find that solo sex just doesn't do it for them. To complicate things a bit, masturbation and partnered play aren't always mutually exclusive. You can continue to masturbate while in a relationship, and you might also enjoy mutual masturbation, masturbating while your partners also masturbate. It's no wonder that so many people feel ashamed to masturbate. That shame originates in a belief system that says that sexuality is only something to be experienced with your partner who you're married to. In that belief system, any type of sexual exploration, including masturbation, is bad. But masturbating, both when you're single and when you're in a relationship, doesn't take anything away from partnered sexual relationships you might have. In fact, masturbation can help you learn about your likes and dislikes so that you can more accurately and clearly communicate those things to your current or future partners. Plus, masturbation is linked to higher levels of self-esteem and sexual self-confidence. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being asexual or lacking the desire to masturbate, so there's nothing to fix in this scenario. Your asexuality isn't a problem to be solved. Many people experience genital dysphoria, a form of body dysphoria in which you have intensely negative feelings or have a negative relationship with your genitals. You might experience it if you're transgender and your genitals don't feel representative of your gender. Cisgender people may also experience genital dysphoria if they believe their genitals are abnormal in some way, perhaps because they have large labia, are uncircumcised, or feel like your genitals look, smell, or taste weird. People who have given birth may also have complicated relationships with their post-birth genitalia and may feel averse to them. If you've previously enjoyed masturbation but find yourself drifting away from it, it could be because you're bored. Think back to the last several times you've gotten yourself off. Were they all in the same position or using the same technique? Your tried and true method might be effective, but maybe your brain is looking for a little more stimulation, too. If this sounds like you, try making slight modifications to your position, the tools that you use, or the porn and erotica that you consume to restore your interest in self-pleasure. You've experienced sexual trauma. Sexual aversion, including an aversion to masturbation, is one of the potential side effects of experiencing sexual violence. It isn't every survivor's experience, but it is one that many deal with. Conversely, masturbation can also be a helpful tool for rebuilding a positive relationship with sexuality after violence. If your disinterest in masturbation began after you experienced sexual trauma, give yourself patience. Right now, your brain is connecting sexuality with danger and having an automatic shutdown response. There is no one act of sexual violence that leads to this response. Everything from cyberstalking and street harassment to physical acts of violence can lead to post-traumatic sexual difficulties. No matter your experience, it's both valid and understandable to have a reaction later. A therapist or mental health care provider can help you work through some of these struggles over the long term. The path to healing isn't by jumping right back into masturbation or partnered sex. Rather, rebuild your comfort with non-sexual touch and slowly ease your way back into solo sex in a low-pressure way. If your disinterest in masturbation is something that developed recently, it could be because you miss partnered sex right now, and solo sex just isn't doing it for you. Remember, partnered sex and masturbation are two different things, but they also can affect each other. If self-isolation has made your self-love routine disappear, you might simply be missing the touch of other people. And since we don't realistically know how long physical distancing guidelines will need continue, in the meantime you can still try to have satisfying partnered sexual experiences safely from afar.